Hey guys, so I'm coming to you with something very different. Well, it's not the first time I got something like this, okay? So in my meditation yesterday, I got 3 things, and I let myself remember these things. I remember these things. So actually, would you believe it, I remembered them and I wrote them down and I googled them. It was late yesterday evening, I was too tired anyway. So when I googled the 3 things that I got, it was quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. So I'm going to go through the 3 things and I'll channel the message to go with it. So I got about Eli in the Bible. And well, I'm clearly not the worst Catholic in a female anyway, that's for a fact. But God, I wouldn't know anything really of the Bible, and I think most of the parts that I would have known, my soul never agreed with ever, even as a young child. I questioned things about, but look, that's not about that, okay? So I got about Eli, and I was like, hey, who the fuck is Eli? So I went looking into who Eli was. So it's just, you know, this is what I think is interesting, okay? So Eli was a judge, yeah? He was a high priest for God. So he was a very powerful person who had very special abilities, and obviously, considering the role he played, had a very significant role in spirituality, yeah? So this is about Eli and his sons. And this is what they wanted me to get, okay? It's all about, like, should parents be... I'm going to actually put the 3 links that I've got this from underneath in the video as well, so you can read it yourself, okay? It talks about, should parents be responsible for the unrighteous acts of their children, okay? Now, it kind of reminded me of, like, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, me having to explain to my daughter about karma, spiritual tasks. She's not to react to people in a negative way. I tried to explain to her the consequences, but I said to her, you have your own free will. But me as a parent, I'm telling you what's going to happen. But that's between you and God. I said, because number 1, I won't be intervening. You do something wrong, you have to take accountability for that, okay? So that was something that happened here 3 weeks ago. Nothing big, nothing major. My daughter's fucking an angel, for fuck's sake. But I was trying to explain, you know, because I go very deep on explain really why and the consequences to that, okay? So so the Lord has said that parents have a duty and are accountable before Him to bring up their children in light and truth, and to set in order their families. To set order in their families. So there's no light, no truth, and you're not bringing your children up in the light. You have a responsibility as the parent, yeah? So this is the Old Testament, so you can read it yourself, right? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go down a little bit here, okay? Because I just want to really get about Eli, okay? So Eli, who was a good man, he was with a woman. Look, I just want to go down to his 2 sons, okay? I couldn't even pronounce their names, but I don't know. They had 3, anyway, but listen, they had 3 priests, okay? So these are the 2 sons, right? So all males were required. So in Moses' time, the males were required to bring an offering of meat for God, and God ate first, yeah? And that is very symbolic in the Buddhist rituals and things that I do. You leave your food out to the goddesses and the gods, and whatever you're doing to the deities, they get it before you. They get it before you, yeah? So I do that. I leave food out 3 times a day, and I leave it out and I say my mantras 21 times. And then I can eat my food, but you give that offering to the gods, yeah? So, anyway, so this is what happened, right? Basically, the sons of Eli, right? They were worthless and they were wicked. They were men of greed and of lust. They used their authority, because they were priests, they were high priestess, knowing their father had a major high role. They were high priestess too, quite gifted. But they extorted the best of meat from the people before them to sacrifice. So in essence, they were taking a proportion of God's food out of greed. Yeah? So they were also committing immoral acts with women who gathered, right? Eli the father knew what the wickedness of his two sons were doing. He knew it. Okay, Eli knew what they were doing. 2.22. Interesting. I've been seeing 222 all day today. Eli knew what they were doing, and when people saw that the priest was corrupt, they abhorred the offering of the Lord. Eli confronted his sons. Why are you doing such things? My son says, for no good. Right? So they continued in their evil ways. But Eli's warning came way too late. See, God was watching him. He knew that Eli was watching his sons doing these things and wasn't pulling his son up about them. Yes, he warned them, but he should have warned them a lot sooner. Yeah? So Eli's warning was too late, and Eli did nothing to remove them from the office. A man of God soon visited Eli at whatever, and basically, I'm just trying to get this right. So this other prophet came to Eli, because Eli was a prophet. And this other prophet came to Eli and told him what the message he had got from God about his sons. And Eli believed the prophet because of how it was spoken to him, basically, right? So the Lord has spoken. You either restrain or remove your sons, or they will die. That was the message that this prophet gave to Eli, another prophet, okay? No, he continued. So did Eli act? No, Eli didn't act. He continued to allow his sons to work there. Okay? Let me go down now. So the Lord definitely wasn't happy with what was going on. So he got a vision. Samuel saw evidence saying Eli knew he had sinned. The sense of resignation and submission, yeah. So Eli knew he had sinned and the fate of his sons was certain. So Eli knew by the message from the prophet that God was going to take his sons because of the wickedness and evil they were doing. Eli knew this was going to happen. He believed the fucking prophet, okay? Eli knew that he had chose Samuel. So Samuel was the prophet that I'm talking about, was Samuel. Not one of his sons was a new prophet for Israel. So that's it. Someone else got the promotion ahead of his sons because of their wickedness, right? So they went to war anyway. But I don't give a shit about the war. It's not about the war anyway, right? So this was the bit. A messenger was sent from his chair to Eli. Eli heard an uproar in the distance and feared for the safety of the ark. This is what they were meant to be protecting for the battle of the Israelites, was for the ark. And there was a great risk in removing the ark, right? What is done there, my son? Eli asked the messengers. And the two messengers said to Eli, thy two sons are dead. So they were killed in the battle. Then Eli heard the ark had been lost. He fell from off the seat. Eli fell off the seat backwards, broke his neck and died. So God took one of his high priests that he had in a very high position out of this universe straight after taking out his sons, because he stood by knowing full well his sons were wicked and doing evil acts. So God did not just punish him because Eli did not act, knowing damn well his warning came too late. Yes, he gave a warning, but he sat back and watched for far too long. So God took Eli's two sons, and just when Eli got that message, boom, God took fucking him too. Okay? So that's the first thing about Eli, because I had no clue who Eli was. None whatsoever. Okay? The second thing I got in my meditation was master number 44. Okay? So I looked up master number 44. Okay? It's actually called the rare healer. It's a secret life of the numerologies. But anyway, it talks about healers. It talks about so I had no idea. It's obviously numerology, okay? But this is a very rare. So it helps you to plan your future. This also helps you understand why certain events may be present in your life. In the past, we help you to understand, well, blah, 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 blah. Hang on now, let me see. Yeah, so it's quite rare. So it makes it hard to find information about this situation, okay? This is considering the associations of master number 44. You can at least get more it talks about your personality traits. It talks about your gifts, your career, your love life, and health, and on all the most important things. Okay, this like really talks about people, like people who've master number 44 are reliable, they are disciplined, they are responsible. So you got to remember why this is coming in. We're going somewhere with all this. So we're talking about a soul being reliable, responsible, and being quite disciplined. They're the traits of this master number anyway. Right. If your numerology shows a reading of master number 44, then the personality traits that you may display include a responsible personality, a disciplined and reliable person. You have a creative mind and strong imagination, problem solver, quick thinker. You have a powerful mind that's ready to tackle any situation. It talks about someone being quite strong-willed and quite organised. It says about the universe not to be fearing situations and difficulties, okay? That there may be pressure. You can withstand the pressure and the outcome, the obstacles placed upon you by any types of situations in your life, okay? 11. Jesus. Sorry. Jesus. 11. Also, personality traits is telling you to look up. You can read this for yourself, okay? But it's like about, because the only thing, and I laughed at this, I really laughed at this one, because it says the only thing about these that are literally basically fucking workaholics that will definitely put their love life and everything on hold because work will come first. So what it really talks about being a rare person, being a healer, being disciplined, all these things, but of you needing to find, somebody's needing to find balance, and 1144 is insane that somebody needs to find a balance in their life and not to be overworking, and to be more structured. That's what I want to say. Somebody needs to become a little bit more structured. Now the third thing then I got was, again guys, it's just not something I would know about. I got the palms, the book of palms in the Bible. So I'm like, just Jesus, what is this? So the book of palms, 12:12, the book of palms, it's, I'm going to put it down below anyway, but it's about us really giving and showing our gratitude to God and the blessings that God brings into our lives. And you know, me, myself and I'm a walking fucking miracle, and I'm only a walking miracle because of God. Me and my daughter being alive, it's only because of God. That level of protection, is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. We got to remember when good things happen in our life that we can't forget who brought those good things to our life, because the other energy does not bring good things to your life. So we got to really, like, you know, I thank God I'm awake every day. I have been killed in my sleep anyway. You know, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the blessings that I've had in my life, regardless of all the difficult situations and things. And I think that many of us, well, not me, but I think many of you have gone so far from God that you forget even the slightest blessing in your life. Those miracles. God is the only one who can perform miracles in this universe. Only God, okay? So you're going to get to what this channel message of what I wrote. 1333. I'm telling you, numbers are everywhere for me. Okay, so what I channeled was, when dawn breaks and that sun creeps in your window, just know you won't always have the same view. Life is about to change unexpectedly. That very same light will shine straight down on you and all your shadows. There's quite a few that you don't want many known, but God saw it all. He saw you in the queue with the others, trying to stop another's destiny and prosperity, all out of jealousy. Jealousy. It's an energy of the devil, that jealousy. Trying to stop someone's destiny and prosperity because you're jealous. It's shadows. So the light is shining down, creeping in your window. But just know that you won't always have the same view. So whatever window you're looking at, you're not going to be there much longer, because life is about to change unexpectedly for you. Yeah? The light the very same light shines straight down on you. So there's definitely a spotlight on someone. And all their shadows, so all the stuff that they've been doing in the shadows, dark stuff. Shadows have stuff, the stuff that like they want to do but they don't want people to know they do, yeah? So it's their shadow side, 15-15. There's quite a few that you don't want many knowing. So that's your shadow side. Stuff that you're getting up to that you don't want people knowing. There's quite a few people that you don't want them known. There's quite a few that you don't want many known, okay? But God saw it all. He saw you in the queue with others trying to stop another's destiny and prosperity, all out of jealousy. So, we think about a queue. Think about a queue of people, yeah? Clearly more than one person in it, yeah? So now there's a queue of people. You want to do wickedness, they're wanting to do wickedness, because trying to stop someone's destiny and prosperity is wickedness, in case people don't realise this. They're wicked, they're sins, yeah? So God saw that. God saw what you've done and others have done. There was a chance for you to stop something there. When we think about Eli, he turned a blind eye to the wickedness. Your warning came too late. And God took his 2 sons because Eli was too late giving that warning. And then he took Eli. And Eli was a very important person. You read that all. You read it all if you got time. Read it all. He was very favoured by God. He was chosen. He had a very high position. There's no doubt he was ascended master with a very high ranking. Now God takes one of his own people out. That says a lot. That says a lot, because he wasn't obedient to God. No matter what, even though in his heart Eli was a good person, he was a high priestess, but when it came to, that was okay for everyone else, but not his own flesh and blood. No, you can't make allowances for anyone. I would never make an allowance for anybody. I would never lie for anybody. I have always made my daughter take responsibility at a very fucking young age, because I don't want her to be irresponsible like other people she's genetically related to. So I've been quite hard on her because I want her to be a responsible adult, yeah, a responsible soul in life. And that's what you call parenting. Even though I didn't like what she was saying, I was trying to show her every side and every angle of what she was saying, why, who, look at the higher perspective. And granted, I know not all kids are, awake or aware as my daughter. Granted, I understand that, but people know right from wrong. People know good from bad. And people know what their children are up to. Or for some of it they don't know. But for what you do know, your wiring's way too late. For both of you. Take care.